I'm personally really looking forward to the challenging and thought-provoking presentation from Megan Epler-Wood today. Long-term sustainability is a subject very close to my heart, as we are custodians for the next generation to enjoy this world. And I think she's going to provide some very interesting insights about the future for tourism and destinations. However, before that, I just wanted to share with you a job vacancy. As chair of ETAG for the past 9 years, I've been incredibly privileged to work with many wonderful, passionate and driven people who have been focused on improving our capital city as a visitor destination and deliver economic, social and cultural benefit to all of Scotland. I'm very proud of the collective work that ETAG has helped to facilitate and enable, and I would like to particularly thank the executive team at Scottish Enterprise for the amazing work they do to support that delivery. Take a bow, Mags McNeil, Gillian Richardson and Kim Robertson. Did you know that they do other jobs at Scottish Enterprise as well? And their time commitment to ETAG is less than 2 full-time people, and yet they deliver so much for the city. I also wish to pay tribute to the steering and full group members and others across the industry who show immense dedication and leadership for the good of the city destination, out with their day jobs. Our success would not be possible without this collective effort. This has benefited many businesses across Edinburgh and driven investment, created jobs, and enhanced the city for people to work, live, and invest in. In our last business survey, the business community attributed direct benefits from ETAG interactions on increased sales, improvement to visitor experiences, collaboration with other tourism businesses, better use of market information, and improved marketing and promotion. Since the launch of the 2020 Edinburgh Tourism Strategy, endorsed and adopted by the city, we have witnessed a remarkable success story. Real terms increases in visitor spend of 46% by 2017. That's real terms just 4% short of our 2020 target 3 years early. The value of visitor spend per person has gone up 12% in real terms as well. And 8,600 new jobs have been created in the city. I count that as a pretty good scorecard, and very much down to the hard work of everyone in this room and many others across the city. Thank you. So back to that job vacancy. As we approach the task of building the next tourism strategy to 2030, it seems a natural time for me to pass on the reins at ETAG for the next generation to take this forward. So today I'm announcing that ETAG is holding an open recruitment process over the next year to take on this privileged position I hold. I don't promise it isn't challenging to chair this unique public-private sector partnership, navigating many disparate views around the table to achieve the same common purpose, but highly rewarding nonetheless, and now internationally recognized as an exemplar. I've had a lot of fun too, and learned so much from colleagues and peers. It's been a privilege and an honor. Having been involved in the Scottish tourism and economic development scene, both at ETAG and for 3 years prior as chair of the Tourism Innovation Group, it seems that some issues keep recurring. I don't envy politicians and the difficult challenges and choices they have to make, constantly under the public spotlight and the challenge of potentially getting a P45 in every election cycle. Political choices are there for them to make over public policy and taxation, and they live with the consequences of those decisions in our democratic system. At the 2016 ETAG conference, I asked a question about different agencies doing different things in light of future public sector budget cuts. It would appear that Edinburgh City Council does not value its investment in Marketing Edinburgh to the extent it did in the past. Some of you may have strong views about that, and the Council is open to feedback on this decision by tomorrow. I encourage you all to contribute to that online portal. So what may that mean for us in the future? I remain optimistic, as I am a strong believer that you can often do more with less. I note ETAG as an example. At a recent meeting with the World Tourism City Federation delegation from China, they were amazed that our China Ready initiative was only staffed by 1 full-time position. They thought it was 20. Marshall Dallas has informed me that the EICC is fully staffed up to attract conferences from all over the world, and if there are gaps as a result, Why should it not be incumbent on the private sector to form their own funded partnerships to grow our own businesses? Let's not forget our national marketing agency, Visit Scotland, cannot afford to ignore or neglect Scotland's capital city and the jewel in the crown of Scottish tourism. What concerns me more in a country of 5 million people is inconsistencies in public policy. How can Scotland afford to subsidise Prestwick Airport and yet allow the economic development budget of our capital city be slashed by over £3 million, not including marketing Edinburgh? For a city with ambitions to grow its population rapidly and attract investment to help sustain the whole of Scotland's economy, how can it afford not to up its game in this area? Perhaps they have plans to do much, much more with much, much less. I ask the question of what sort of culture this fosters. Success leads to less investment, failure leads to more investment. Hardly the type of culture I would want to promote in my enterprise. I have serious reservations about our ability to flourish if this city does not have world-class support for economic development and a fully funded planning and building control departments to facilitate speedy development. It is this development that will secure the city many more revenues to reinvest in the quality of life of our citizens. There are many challenges facing us today as we seek to balance the needs of visitors, residents, businesses, and our environment. Today's conference will kickstart the process of consultation across the city as we build a strategy for tourism in Edinburgh to 2030. I expect the debate to be quite lively, and I hope it will be conducted with due respect to different people's opinions as we endeavour to reach a common goal of making Edinburgh a fantastic place to visit, work, study, and invest in. I hope future generations benefit and see our legacy in a similar vein to the titans of the Edinburgh Enlightenment. It's been a huge privilege to be your chair, and I look forward to continue to support our sector and hand on the reins to new blood over the coming year to take ETAG forward into the roaring 20s. Thank you.